Hello, Marvel Strike Force enthusiasts, aka MSFers. You obviously clicked on this video and you have no idea who I am, probably. My name is Hulk. I've been playing Marvel Strike Force for quite a while. The whole reason that I'm making this video today is to outline what we're looking at right here, which is the race to 105. Okay. As you can see, this event ends in about 5 days from the time of me making this video. And I'm making this video because no one's really gone over um, all the different, what do you want to call it, all the different options, okay, that have come up over the last month to 2 months since this event has gone live. Um, Now, obviously, this stuff is very subjective, okay? It is all my opinion and whatnot, and it's all based off of what I was able to do with my roster. My roster is not a roster that's the biggest. It's not the smallest either. Um, I have all the characters unlocked. I'm considered to be a light spender, even though I don't consider it's, light spending. But I'm considered to be a light spender. And I'm pretty much caught up on everything that's needed in the game as far as meta. And what I'm trying to chase right now is I'm trying to chase all the materials that I think that I need um, for the upcoming Professor X trials or whatever it is going to be called, saga. But I really do think a lot of the stuff that is here in the race to 105 are going to be some things that are going to be needed. Not really the gear, but like the gold, the mats and stuff that's in here. These are all things that I feel like we definitely need. So let me go ahead and sort of outline like where I'm at and who like my suggestions are. So the main thing that I do is I just put everyone right here in verses that I think is worthy of being a level 105. Um, if you care as far as like how this stuff breaks down, I have a breakdown for you right here. I'm sure everyone's gone over these videos before, but the main thing you need to know is for each one of the character traits, um, you need 20 different characters. Okay. In total, if you want to look at that as far as gold, that is 9.8 million per character to get them from 100 to 105. And then it's going to take, if you're theoretically taking 100 characters, it takes almost a billion gold to get there. That's only if you're leveling people from 100 to 105. So it's actually going to be a little bit more, okay, or less, depending upon where you go. I'm going to start off with bio, just to give you guys some ideas about bio. So these are the people that I have for bio now. As you can see here, starting with Medusa. And then I'm going to start making my way down here into the second half so you guys can look at that. The goal of this video is not really to give you like the reason why I'm choosing these characters. It's just to give you the people that I think are the best now that we know what we know, because we don't know what we didn't know 30 to 40 days ago when this first came out. So I'll just point out a couple of them. So Scarlet Witch, you definitely want Scarlet Witch because she is a dual tag. I would also say the same thing about Peter B, even though it looks like Spider Society is on its way out. Ghost is the person that I'm actually like not wanting to take, but I'm going to take her if I have the money to do it, meaning the gold to do it, because she is dual tag. People that you can probably drop off this list if you don't want to bring them on would be Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic. The reason why I bring these two is because they're both a part of Illuminati, and I also think they both have a high probability of being reworked later. So Mr. Fantastic, obviously Fantastic Four is a huge piece in Marvel lore. And then I also think they're going to do something with like the royal family um, with Black Bolt. Okay, they already have Black Bolt and Medusa. I think it'll be very easy for them one of these days to say, hey, let's take these two and then let's add three more members like they always do. So I think Black Bolt's pretty safe. All these other characters, I really don't see how there's really much of an argument other than Lizard. I think Lizard's a good character. Um, because of war purposes, and he counters pretty much any hero Spider-Verse. And then Void Knight, I think, is always going to be very plug and play viable. Okay. I already spent too much time on that, so let me move on to the next one. The next one's going to be Mutant. So as far as Mutant, I have all the characters on here that make sense for the most part, and then some characters that don't make a whole lot of sense. Um, I'm not going to talk about the ones that are obviously like shoe-ins, but I will talk about people like Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler is very plug and play for a very long time, as long as there is X-Men. I also believe that Emma Frost is going to be very plug and play for a very long time. And I can also see her being reworked in the Hellfire Club that is coming out. So I think she'll be a character that is very useful. Um, and then I also have Pandapool and Dokken on here because Dokken's a beast. Pandapool is a part of the Mercs for Money. I honestly think Mercs for Money is the second best war team right now. I actually put them over Liberty, maybe because I don't have Liberty all the way maxed out, but I still think they're better than Liberty. I don't think they're better than Absolute A Force though. And war teams last a very long time. Um, as far as like X-Men always coming in the future, I definitely think Gambit and Rogue are two. I'm not gonna call them original X-Men because they're not, but they're two favorite X-Men. So I think they'll always sort of be relevant. And then Namor, he is probably the most important member of um, Cabal. If Namor gets a turn, they probably win. And then North Star, he is definitely the biggest piece of Alpha Flight, which is right now a raid team. It won't be a raid team for very much longer, but it's still a very, very viable Alliance War defense. Okay. Let's see who else is on here. So next is going to be Mystic. Mystic has a lot of options. I actually had to take some people off of Mystic. Some things that I will note. Okay, I'm just gonna go over like the notes. Obviously, Spider Society. So Spider-Man Noir, I think he stays here for that reason. Doctor Doom, I don't think he's the greatest character anymore. I don't even think he's a top 30 character anymore. However, they have been redoing a lot of our legendaries. He's a legendary, and he's still somewhat viable in some metas in some situations. And he's also dual tag, so he counts as Mystic and Tech. Here's one thing that you want to note. So specifically with Elektra, do not build her above level 100 until her rework comes out, which I believe is going to either be today, which is Wednesday, or tomorrow, which is Thursday. I am pretty sure they said that not Deadpool, I'm sorry, starts with a D, Daredevil, okay? Daredevil and the Vigilante team are coming out tomorrow, Thursday, which gives you time to level up Daredevil if he comes out, which is Daredevil Modern, not regular Daredevil, and Elektra to level 105 before those 5 days are over. So make sure that you wait until she gets the double tag because right now she does not have the tag for skill, but she will be getting a tag for skill. So she's going to be Mystic and skill because she's dual tag and she's a new character. I think she is a great option. All these other people down here are shoe ins, okay, as far as 105, okay. Let's see who else we have on here. So next we're gonna go with Tech, if I can spell. Perfect. So here we go with Tech. Everyone on here we've pretty much already talked about already as far as them being like new reworked characters. Penny, you weren't her because of Spider Society. Doctor Doom, we talked about already. Ghost. This is definitely like a future proof thing. Okay, because Ghost is going to be a character that you will probably want to upgrade when we get to the new Taskmaster team. What's it called? Thunderbolts. Okay, I think they're coming out like early summer, um, late spring, so it won't be too long before they're coming out. So she'll be a character that you would definitely want up. All these other characters make sense because of who they are and what they do in the game now. I chose Green Goblin Classic because that Sinister Six and Superior Six team. They definitely go along with Green Goblin Classic being big and being effective. So I think he's a good character to bring on. Then I brought on Kestrel because, as we know, Kestrel is two things. Okay, she is tech and she is skill. If you hear my kids in the background, sorry, I apologize. I am also a dorky dad. Next is going to be skill. So, perfect. We already talked about Kestrel. We already talked about why we're taking Spider Society. Um, why I always go for people that are legendary. So I think all the legendaries will get reworked once upon a time or later on in date. So I think that's a good option. Echo is someone that's a extreme luxury. You only want her to survive long enough so people can assist. So if you're going into like an old man Logan, or if you're going into a Odin or anything like that, she helps by staying alive. That way people cannot assist. So just move her away from a tank and then pray she doesn't get hit a whole bunch. We already know all these other characters are getting reworked. So Punisher, he's getting a rework pretty soon. Taskmaster, we talked about him. Mockingbird, I'm telling you right now, this is like the last person I'm worried about because I actually have not leveled up this team whatsoever as far as like new Avengers. So if you look at all my new Avengers are around this level. I'm not leveling them up much past that. All these other teams that are down here, all the other characters that are down here make a whole lot of sense. Lalandra, you definitely want her because you need her for Professor X. And I have Bullseye. Bullseye. Why is Bullseye here? Simply because we don't have the new um, Daredevil model. So I put Bullseye here as a reminder, okay, that we need the new Daredevil. This is not Bullseye. Please do not take Bullseye. I'm taking them off right now so you don't get confused. But just know Daredevil is in one of these spots, the new Daredevil, and then also the other character that we already spoke of, which is also skill, which is going to be Elektra. Okay, so you're looking here at 20 characters as well. If you haven't noticed, I'm giving you 20 characters. I don't know if I said that or not. Okay, and I think that is it as far as the video and whatnot. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, please leave them for me in the comment section. As again, this is just as a reminder, this is just a suggestion for the people that you may want to take to 105. I have a little bit of gold saved up in places that you can't really see, as far as like the strike store and as far as like gold orbs. So I do think I can probably get to around milestone 24. I actually do not expect to get much farther than that. But if you are a person that can get a whole lot farther, you still have 5 days or whenever it is you're watching this video to choose some of these characters. And again, I would start with a lot of these characters that I have um, scrolling across the screen now. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, once again, thanks for watching. My name is Hulk. Leave them for me in the comments section. And of course, have a great day. Make the most fun out of Marvel Strike Force you can. And yep, peace.